Hello? Hello?
Yep, stand by. Well, hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing? Welcome to tonight's installment of Bathrobe Moments After Dark, DARK. It's a lot different than in the morning when the sun is shining. I'm drinking coffee, I'm in a really nice warm and fuzzy robe, but tonight I'm in my I don't know if this is Isley Brothers, Prince, or Village People. I don't know. It's a little mix of everything, but it's my smoking jacket and my pilot's hat because this plane is getting ready to take off. I want you all right now to get out there, hit that share button, invite some people in here. Trust me, we're talking all things health tonight. We're not sipping on coffee. I am sipping on some Cabernet tonight. And we have a great guest here. Hold on, let me get a little sip. Mhm. Yes, yes, indeedy. Time to check in with Dr. Mark Gomez tonight, host of the hit show To Your Health with Dr. G. You saw the promo I put out where I was on his show about a month or so ago, maybe a little bit longer. And he's been here on the morning version of Bathrobe Moments a couple times. And tonight he's making his debut right here on Bathrobe Moments After Dark. And I wanted him here. I saw something the other day on one of his posts about fad diets. And I saw something about that there used to be something known as a cigarette diet. And I was like, come on, for real? I mean, I've heard of the butter. melting butter and putting it in the stuff. And I can get behind that because I love me some butter. Keto is high in fat. So when we want to feel like we're doing something, we'll fry up a batch of eggs in butter and about a half a pound of bacon and swear up and down that we gonna watch the scale until it drops down a pound or two. Still waiting on that one. But there's so many things out there, misconceptions, rumors, what do you call those, urban myths, all kinds of things. How do you know what's going to work? We're still in the first few stages of the months of the year, so we still have a chance to stick to those what do you call those, New Year's resolutions, if you will, about getting healthy. It shouldn't just be in January. It should be every single month that we care about being and doing better. So we have Dr. Mark here tonight, but if you look right here, what is that? That is my promo. And Dr. Mark and Tiffany, I'm putting you on the spot right now. That's right, because you live basically around the corner, right? Run into you in every place but the grocery store, at all our favorite restaurants, and this, so I know you nearby. So we need you to get the word out about our wonderful event, February 15th, here in Naperville at White Eagle Golf Club. I speak of Discover the Author and Speaker in You. It's a full day interactive workshop, bringing in Dr. James Dentley as our keynote during the lunchtime hour. You get breakfast, you get lunch. It's interactivity the first half of the day. We're going to show you how to get out of your seat and on your feet on the stages to get your message out there, no matter what it is. You can be a recruiter for the military. You might be a realtor, whatever it is. Perhaps you have a story that is going to change the lives of millions. Whatever it is, your story can't do anything if you're not telling it. So we're going to help you do that. And the second half of the day is to help you discover that author in you. Maybe you want to write blogs. Maybe you want to write and be a contributor monthly to magazines. Maybe you want to just create a newsletter or write that book. Huh? We're going to help you do that. Get your word out of your head and on the paper and into the hearts, hands, and worlds of those that are intended to benefit from it. So mark your calendar, get over to Eventbrite and type in Discover the Author / Speaker in You and grab your tickets. There's a promo code out now, right now, so you can save $10 on every ticket in honor of Valentine's Day, because life is a box of chocolates. Which one of those chocolates has your story in it, right? Get over to Eventbrite and get your ticket today, won't you? So there's that. Now, here it is. Look at here. Look at this, y'all. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Now, we've got tonight Dr. Mark Gomez. He is an internist at Edwards Hospital, which is a stone's throw from my house. And as a matter of fact, when I had my little blood clot scare last year, that's the place I hightailed it to. You best believe I wasn't trying to die on the street. Right. So Dr. Gomez was probably at that very moment walking around somewhere in that building, but that's where he's based. And he has a wonderful show, as you see on the screen right there, To Your Health with Dr. G, Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. And if you just type his name in Google, you'll find out all kinds of things, right? I'm going to show you something. I learned something today because I wanted to know, how he decided to do what it is he does today, especially, because he's an African American man. And I wondered, how did he come to that decision and actually make it happen? Well, guess what I found? I'm gonna show you what I found. Take a look at this.
And call the ambulance, but my dad refused the ambulance. He just got in a truck that the deacon of the church had, threw both of us in there, and I'm just holding my brother's hand. And I remember my dad driving to the hospital screaming, "No, no, no," and crying and looking at my brother because we're identical twins. It was kind of like seeing myself suffer at the same time. And I knew at that moment, just to see his suffering, I knew that was my calling, to try my best to, in suffering, to try my best to help people out in that time of need. I think that was my point, that I really knew I wanted to go into this field.
Well, I guess that pretty much told the story. Uh, you know, uh, so here's what I want to do. I'm going to bring him in here. Let me send the elevator down. Did we pay the bill for the elevator? He might have to take the stairs. I'm just saying, he might. I am going to see. Hold on here. Let's see. Select the camera. I'm going to select the camera. How about that one? And um, add him. And there's Dr. G's webcam. Let me take him up to the top. Hold on, Dr. G. I'm bringing you in. I need you up here. Hold on, y'all. There we go. Hold on. Y'all get to see all the little techie secrets. I don't care because I'm learning. I'm gonna cover that up because I don't want people to see me back there twice. Lord knows. I'm gonna get rid of one of me. I'm gonna get rid of. Hold on. You'll see, Mark, when you stop going over to that high price studio you pay. See, he goes and where they have all the people doing it for you. I ain't got it like that. I ain't no doctor. So right? But we're getting it done no matter what. So there you are. And I am loading you up. There you go. Okay, get ready. He's getting ready to pop up. There he is. Told you. There he is. Welcome to the show, Dr. Mark Gomez. How art thou?
Hey, I'm fine, Loren. How you doing today?
Good, good. Where's Tiffany E.R. Gomez? Emergency room Gomez. Where's she? I know she ain't far.
Miss Tiffany is in another room doing some work. She's trying to render the video that we did today on my fad diet show.
Oh,
so she's
well,
working.
good. Well, good, because that's what caught my eye. The fad diet show, because that right there, you said a mouthful. When you put that out, the whole world need to come running to hear about that, because we don't know what to believe, what not to believe, but we will jump on what seems to be the easiest, the cheapest, and the most convenient. Like you heard me talking about the butter thing. I was like, oh, they said melt some butter and put it in your coffee. I tried it. They ain't lost nothing. But tell us about it. Tell us what was going on today. First of all, welcome to the show. Tell everybody who you are, where you're from, what you're doing, and about your show. And then let's take off talking about the same thing you talked about today.
Absolutely. Well, my name is Mark Gomez. I'm a board certified internal medicine physician. I practice at Edward Hospital. I'm also a member of the American College of Lifestyle Medicine, where we talk about, again, the balance. The reality is that the daily choices that we make in health and in life matter more than most of us realize. So I've been in practice now for 12 years. Now actually, I hit my 12-year mark not too long ago.
Yay.
12 years, 12.2 years, something like that.
All right.
I've been around. My office is in Edward Hospital. My office is in Bolingbrook. I see patients from basically 16 up till basically the end of life. Just wanting to do a great thing about just reaching out to people. And as you saw in my video, by the way, you dusted that off. I mean, I got to blow the cobwebs off of that. I didn't have a beard. I didn't have a mustache. I was clean shaven.
Yeah.
So kudos to you on that one. Probably that one. I actually forgot what I said on that video.
You had the stuff that mattered. You had that wife.
Yes, absolutely. There's no doubt about that. So we're feeling blessed. So what we did on the show, what we do each week on the show, Tear Up with Dr. G, I invite my great colleagues that are out there. We talk about health. We're all about building trust and delivering truth. We want to set the record straight when it comes to health. There's so much misinformation out there. Dr. Google is not your friend. He did not go to medical school.
He's not Dr. Google.
There it is. So what we try to do each week is we try to make sure that we connect people to clinicians and really make the health experience much less intimidating. We want people to increase their health literacy. We want to talk about access and equity in your health. And we want to talk in relatable ways. So today's show, we did Fad Diets 101. And I love your intro, Loren, the cigarette diet of the 1920s, where they basically said, instead of choosing that sweet, choose a cigarette. Or if you want to keep your figure nice and slender, choose that cigarette. But there's been diets out there, Loren, that we've been obsessed with even before the big 1980s epidemic of obesity. There's, of course, the cigarette diet. There was the grapefruit diet of the 1930s, where you had to eat a whole bunch of grapefruits and then a low-calorie meal. There was the cabbage soup diet of the
my brother did that one.
Cabbage soup, and by the way, it promised at that time to make you lose 10 pounds in 7 days. It was mainly water weight. By the way, the GI side effects with that gastrointestinal.
Okay.
You did not burn fat, by the way, in that 10 pounds.
He burnt more than fat. He burnt the hair off my arms a couple times. Because, look, we weren't even inviting him to nothing. because he was I'm not kidding you. You're looking around the room like, and you know who it is.
Oh, cabbage has a distinct smell. There you go. So we had
Look,
that in the 1950s of the cabbage diet. In the early 60s, we Tab soda. Remember Tab?
I
It was
do.
introduced in the early 60s,
I
and it
do.
revolutionized the diet soda game. But people were doing that for diet. Now, this day and age, we realize we don't advise diet sodas because diet sodas actually can increase your craves for sugar. And then, of course, in the 1970s, early 70s, 1972, Dr. Atkins came out with his Atkins Revolution, the diet, where you had this high protein, kind of high fat, keeping carbohydrates at a minimum. It was great for weight loss. It's interesting when you do a lot of high fats and high protein. We know that from fat, unless you're doing really the good fats, you do a lot of bad fats, aka animal fat, to an extent, you can increase your cardiovascular risk. And then, of course, there's all sorts of diet things. Now we're talking ketogenic, we're talking intermittent fasting, we're talking whole foods, plant-based, we're talking Mediterranean, we're talking everything, Loren.
Now, I know two of those. I have heard people, friends of mine, over the last couple months, I've heard of that are doing the intermittent fasting, and I've seen the results of some keto, because we have Brian's best friend, has MS, and was told he had to lose 130 pounds or die. And when he came to our wedding almost 3 years ago,
I'm
trying to figure out some example of how big he was, but okay, Orson Welles, or Mr. Remember Family Affair, Sebastian Cabot. He was that size, just as round as he wanted to be. And when he came this summer to visit us, he was standing at the door. I thought he was the Uber driver. I was like, where Patrick? Right? Because I didn't even recognize him. So I know he lost the weight and he's kept it off. But is that for everybody? So let's talk about it. You're an internist.
Yeah, let's talk about it. No problem. So keto diet or ketogenic is really a high protein, high fat approach and minimal carbohydrates. It's designed to really help you instead of burning carbohydrates for your energy source. It forces your body into a state called ketosis. And during ketosis, you actually start burning fats. Of course, the celebrity endorsements have been outstanding for the ketogenic diet. Everybody's selling it. But I always say, if a celebrity endorses it, doesn't mean that you have to do it.
It doesn't even mean that they really did it.
Hey, they're getting the cheddar.
Thank you. So that's exactly what I was about to say.
That's what I say about my guys, my patients, my practice that may want to do some Nugenics, because the big hurt Frank Thomas is doing those commercials and they want to get their testosterone up, so they do that Nugenics. But I go, Frank is getting it for the money. But back to the keto. Keto is great in the short term, but people that do keto not just have to rely on animal products. You can actually do a keto and a very whole foods plant-based approach and actually get more mineral density. That's the one thing I worry about when people go hard keto, if they're losing some of their key minerals. Remember, your body works at a very microcellular level, this microscopic level. Your cells, things that we put in your body, think of it this way. If you get a Corvette, and it says you need premium gas, are you going to put unleaded gas in that Corvette? Nuh-uh. Think about our bodies. Our bodies are like, it's our best investment. It's our most important investment we have. If our body says, I need quality food, quality ingredients, not high processed, refined sugars, the cakes, the cookies, the chips, the processed oils, then your body should not do that.
Stop. I got to do it. I'm ringing the bell of purpose, which means because I'm guilty of it. So I know I ain't the only one. I'm good because you said Corvette. Okay, I got a 2019 Volvo, but when I'm at the pump, I'm like,
premium.
I've thought about it, but I look at the difference in the price. I'm like, it still run. I'm like, is it really gonna have me on the side of the road? I'm only gonna keep it for 2 years and get a new one. So why do I have to spend this extra money when this is a brand new car? If it fall apart from me putting regular gas in it, then I know something. But wait a minute. Now let's transfer that mindset over to the grocery store. When I'm in the produce section, everybody, that's that first spot when you walk through the door. The fruit and vegetables staring you dead in the face. Now, first thing in the front is the organic. Now I'm looking at the organic grapes and strawberries, and I'm like, $7.80 a pint. I don't think so. How I know what the difference is? I have literally stole one out. Yes, I did. I am guilty of grazing. Yes, that's why they put them in the bags where you can open them up and taste them. Now, I might not shouldn't do that when it comes to strawberries and stuff that's closed in the cellophane, the plastic. I don't care. I do it anyway. So I go over and I'll get one. I go over to the regular. Oh, how do I can't tell? I can't tell anything in the difference and stuff, but the price is so different. So I mean,
It's
come
so
on,
different.
Dr. G. I mean, I can't help it if they have made us a distrustful society because of
Yeah,
marketing
you're
and
right.
this and so let me ask you something. In your household, do you
Absolutely.
guys buy because you have two beautiful children and that little girl of yours,
Oh,
I've
thank
seen
you.
her flipping and flying all through the air with her gymnastics. She's gonna go to the Olympics one day. I don't know what the little boy gonna do yet, but I'm sure he's gonna do something.
I don't know
So
on
when you guys go shopping, do you pay that extra for that organic and stuff? And is there that big of a difference?
So
How do you know?
yeah. So first of all, sometimes we don't know. We trust our food sources. We trust the people at the grocery store that they have sourced their foods in very sustainable ways. There's no doubt that quality. I don't know if my plants, if those strawberries were sprayed with chemicals, if they were conventionally raised. The U.S. government has some standards for what's considered organic, and we hope that people aren't skimming by underneath the radar or flaunting something that they're really not producing.
How would
So
we
we have to
know?
kind of put it out there. You're right. How do you know? So here's what people do. A lot of people will actually grow their own stuff. So they remember that product, Loren, Miracle Grow. Well, they
Got some in
got
the garage
little
right now. Got some in there. Use
they
it.
they got gardens that you can grow in your house. We call them the towers. Now they seems like they cost an arm and a leg, but a tower is where you can actually grow your own produce using the power of either aeroponics or hydroponics, either
Yes.
using air as your source or water as your source to cultivate the vegetables. They're not sprayed. It's in your house unless you're spraying some chemicals in your house, but it's grown and harvested by you and controlled by you. That's a very good alternative, but it does require an upfront investment to do that. But
So can I
otherwise,
ask
you're
you a
right.
question? Can I ask you a question?
Please.
Because do you remember when bottled water first came out? First, it was
Oh
nothing
yeah.
but sparklets and stuff, the big jugs in offices and stuff. And then all of a sudden, they started selling it in the grocery store. And I remember how everybody's like, I wish I would pay for water free. Why would I pay for something I can get out of my tap? But when you started testing it, you could get the litmus test and test
Yeah.
your tap water for
Yeah.
iron levels, calcium levels, on fluoride, on and on and on, and stick it in the bottled water and see that there was a difference. Why isn't there some kind of a test so we can really check this organic stuff?
So there are great question, Lauren. There are some tests that they do. Actually, the U.S. Department of Agriculture can go around and actually sample a lot of the farmlands. Actually, when they do soil studies, when they looked at them over the last handful of decades, the data goes back even back to probably the 40s or 30s. But the mineral content of our soil is depleted now compared to how it was decades ago. So when we are harvesting, we actually can be potentially mineral deficient. When you look at some of the graphics that they have between the U.S. Department of Agriculture and some other scientific bodies, when you look at their farmland and you see, oh my gosh, these crops are minerally depleted. Now, how do we do it? How do we right the ship? And that's a challenge that's really complicating things or making people scratch their heads a lot. How do we get the quality mineral density that we need on a daily basis? And by the way, it's not through supplementation through vitamins. Chemical vitamins is not the answer. There's actually been no major study that showed the benefit of vitamins. Now, if somebody's iron deficient, it's proven on labs, or vitamin D deficient, that's another story. But just to take the sake of, for the general sake of saying, I want to take a Central multivitamin, there's no data that it actually has any benefit. Nothing will be a substitute for real food.
Okay. So do you think the day will ever come? Do you think the day will ever come that is that coffee in that cup?
That's actually tea, blueberry hibiscus.
Uh-huh. That's
Those
right. So that ain't no that's not elderberry wine.
It's not.
You don't have a bar in your house?
I don't.
You don't have a bar in your house?
No, I got a little something. We got a.
Oh, you got a little cabinet you have. Okay, I thought so. I was gonna say I looked over on your table last time I saw you over at City Grill.
Oh yeah, that was us celebrating no kids.
I know that's right. So listen, so do you think the day will ever come where we can trust or test our food that we buy from public domain, i.e., grocery stores? And what do you feel about this? Is it a safer choice for us to hit the farmers markets? We love to do that all summer long. The fruit stands when we
Yeah.
travel to Michigan and different places that where those are all over the place. How do you feel about that? And freezing or canning
Well,
foods that are naturally grown during the summer.
yeah. Well, I'm all about doing supporting local business and supporting local farmers markets where if you get to really know them, the sooner the crop is harvested, the better it is to eat right away. And so versus something sitting on shelves
Oh,
for who knows how long you're making the transport. I love supporting small business, supporting our farmers that are out there. Tiffany and I do it. We don't do it as much to go to farmers markets or to go strawberry picking or things like that, where it's directly right from the
yeah,
source. But we all probably should do that a little bit more.
a little bit more. So, Mark, what about this one? Because this is one I just recently switched over to. Because I was like, sometimes I go to the grocery store and I want some green beans, but there are none there. I want some Brussels sprouts, but there are none there. So I just can't do the can thing. I'm sorry. I'll open a can of tomatoes or
Yeah.
something to put in something. Right. But I'm not gonna I don't roll with those canned vegetables. But I did buy some bags of frozen vegetables. And when I ate them, my body, Brian, my husband too, our bodies crave. I said, "What kind of vegetable, honey, are you in the mood for?" And he'll say, "Let's get some mixed vegetables. Let's do this. If we can't get them fresh, we'll get them frozen, and we eat them because our body's like, our body tells us what we need. We listen to them around here. Now, there are people who don't think that frozen vegetables and things are as healthy. What do you say? Do you guys have some bags of frozen vegetables in your freezer?
So we do not have any frozen vegetables in our freezer. I've got some vegetarian frozen meals in my freezer. We got a lot of ice
We
in our
got those.
freezer,
A lot
and
of what?
we have a lot of ice. And then, of course, because we have kids, we have some ice cream. So
Oh
we are
yeah, yeah,
not
yeah.
perfect. I don't pretend to be perfect. I don't expect my patients to be perfect, but I'm
Okay.
hoping we'll do right. I always think about what are you trying to do with your health, and then why. But always keeping that why in front of your face. So if you want to take your health to the next level, I mean, obviously your health, your eating patterns are very much a personal decision. But because we're so mired in chronic disease, diabetes, heart disease, obesity. I tell you what, Loren, for the first time now, obesity side effects, complications outpace the complications of tobacco use. Again, that is scary. We've worked so hard to get people to stop smoking, but now because of the obesity epidemic, 40% of adults are obese. By the year 2030, 50% of adults will be obese in this country. We're seeing health
Mm,
complications.
Uh-oh. Oh, you know what? I bet that snowstorm is getting bad outside. We got snow coming, y'all. 4 to 8 inches here in Chicago. Hold on, y'all. He's frozen, but I'm not. So I'm hoping you can hear me and just say, hold on. Uh, I see he's frozen. I'm looking at it on the phone. He'll be back. He might have to go out and come back in. I wonder. Because it is, I can see through the lights out there on our deck uh, down below because I'm upstairs that it is really coming down here. So bear with us. I see I'm still going. Oh, that might be over on his side. Your microwave died, Robert. I'm sorry. Um, let's see. Hold on, y'all. If it dumps him, okay, it did. It dumped him, so that means he'll be back. Let's give him a second to come back, and then I'll bring him back in. Okay. So for those of you while we're waiting, we're here tonight with Dr. Mark Gomez. He's an internist at Edwards Hospital, and he also has a private practice in Bolingbrook, Illinois. He's a good friend of my husband Brian and I, and his wonderful wife Tiffany ER Emergency Room Gomez. That's not what it stands for, but I tease her. Our good friends, and he has a show every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central entitled To Your Health with Dr. G. And tonight he's here sharing secrets about fad diets, which I find so frigging interesting. Now, remember, even though it's not the daytime version, we still have our good friend, the bell of purpose, which means when you hear that, send some love on the screen in the form of hearts, thumbs up, whatever, to let our guests know that we're picking up what he's dropping off. Because I'm telling you what, as we get older, we have got to do better with our health. We do. I am mending right now. I have 27 staples in my right knee because 2 weeks ago, last Tuesday, I had a complete knee replacement. Now, could I do better? Yeah, but I must not be doing too bad because my rehabbing is going splendidly. So I am learning that even a little bit of being cognizant and making an effort to live the healthiest life possible will pay off. It's when you just don't give a damn that something's going to come for that ass and it ain't going to be pretty. That's all I'm saying. What do you think about it? You don't want to wait until it's too late. Uh-oh. I might have to write that down. I feel that turning into a meme. What about you? You don't want to wait until it's too late. Now, I'm wondering, come on back, doctor. Uh, use the same link and come back. I wonder if he still has it. Let me send it to him again. Hold on, you guys. Hold on. Hold on. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Okay. I'm sending it again. I want him to come back. The weather here, the weather outside is frightful. And so, hold on. Here he is, Mark Gomez. Let me pull him up. Okay. And I'm going to drop a link again in case it disappeared or something. I don't know what happens. So just in case, there it is. He trying to get back on. Okay, perfect. I'm over here waiting, patiently waiting. Let me see. Update successful. Okay. Well, we're waiting for him to enter the green room and then we'll get him back in here. How's that? So let's hear what you guys have to say because I know you can hear me. Um, okay, here he comes. He popped up on the screen. Okay, hold on. Let me bring you back in. Okay, and move you up to the top. I just want to do one at a time. Here we go. Up. There he goes. Move him up. Uh-oh, almost to the top. There he is. Okay, there he is. Scoot him over here. Okay, Dr. G, there you are. Looking even better than before. Oh, you should have left a long time ago. I'm just kidding. Okay, up to ooh, that wine is good. So, but you wouldn't know hibiscus, blueberry hibiscus. I wish I would.
You know me.
See, that's why you'll be 112 years old. So, okay, you're back. We're back. So you see, I'm starting to lean all down in the chair.
I know.
Getting good to me. So
Dang,
I was just saying while you were gone, how important it is. Now talk about this if you would. How important are small changes? Why you don't have to do it all at once. You don't have to, I mean, I believe because I'm learning. I'm truly learning that since I've been, doing my rehabbing with my knee, that they're saying, oh my goodness, when they measured my knee the first day I went to outpatient therapy, they said, you are, now why'd you do that? He didn't left. Oh Lord. Hold on. Hold on, Dr. G. Come back. It dumped him again. Okay, there. I got him. I'm moving him up to the top. We need him here. Okay, Dr. G, still not there. Come back, Dr. G. Dr. G, please pick up a white paging phone. No, Dr. G, please call emergency 242. Dr. G, emergency 242. Something he can understand. So, he'll be back. Oh, that's the thing, you guys. We can't fight the internet in bad weather, but we do our best. Thank you all for holding on. Come on back, Mark. I see you said you're trying, and I love that about you. I'm just going to sit back and relax for a minute. Oh, oh, what y'all think of this? Isn't this nice? Look how I coordinated. See the gold and the blue. Oh, there he is. Okay.
I come and
All
go.
right.
Hello.
Yes. Is it snowing hard over by you?
Yeah, there is a little bit down by me.
Yeah. See, it's
Yeah.
happening here too. You know, we're supposed to get 4 to 8 inches tonight. Did you know that?
Got that snowblower ready. Get some cardiovascular exercise in the morning.
Well, I won't be because of this knee, but I did just get our
Brian.
Brian. That's right, because I just got our snowblower serviced before, just in case. Now wait a minute, I'm trying to get you up to the top. Okay, I'll just move you over. Good enough. You're there. Why did you get kicked off again?
Right. It says something. Now I hear you.
There you are. Okay, you're there. Hold on. Let me update you.
Mhm.
There you go. Updating the system. It's all this high tech stuff. Okay, there you are. You're streaming.
Hi.
So tell us this. Tell us this. Let's talk about what people can do to make small nibbles. Now, somebody might not be ready to, get rid of their lard. They may not be ready to go vegetarian. They may not be ready to go organic. But where is a good start for people to try to do better, where they can have measurable results? Where can they go? So if they do this for 30 days, do it for 45 days, and I guarantee you're going to feel better. Where is that meridian line?
Well, that's a tough one, but not an impossible one. I think you just start out by saying, all right, I'm going to wake up in the morning. The easiest thing I can do is just make a smoothie, a green smoothie, where you have most of us blender in their home. Why not? You get wake up that noise in the blender. They'll wake you. But just take some vegetables, take some spinach or some kale. Grab some strawberries, some blackberries, some blueberries. Grab some almond milk. Maybe grab a little bit of protein powder. Maybe grab a little bit of just half a banana. But just blend. Start your day out by blending. That's what we do. Look in your refrigerator. See what you got. Hopefully you got some spinach in there. Hopefully you got some strawberries, and then blend. If you just do that, oh my gosh, you're going to start your day out so great. So I always tell people to start out by just making a simple smoothie in the morning, and then we go from there. Do that for a while, make it a routine, and then we'll see if we can layer on other things as you go. By general rule of thumb, Loren, we tell people you want to have all colors of the rainbow in your food.
Okay, hold it.
Tell us.
Okay, because perhaps you didn't see my face. Now, we have smoothies every morning, but we have pink smoothies because we use strawberries. Are we wrong? Why does it have to be green of all colors? Why green?
Yeah, why are you putting your vegetables in there?
No.
We're
antioxidants.
You'll get plenty of even more robust antioxidant properties and more minerals from your leafy green vegetables.
Okay. So when you put green in with strawberries and bananas, what does green taste like? Does it taste green or does it taste like the fruit?
Well, it depends. Are you going to be fruit heavy or vegetable heavy?
What should we be?
So I'll be honest. It should be probably a 2-to-1 ratio, vegetable to fruit.
So you said kale and spinach.
Kale or spinach is a great one. Yeah, because they have the most minerals, especially kale. It has like the most mineral density that you can imagine.
Okay. So let's say next Monday, Brian and I start that. Okay, we put that in. 30 days later, how will we know it's working? What's going to feel or look different?
So, fair question. A few things. You might have a little more cognitive functioning. Your brain might be sharper.
Uh-oh.
You might feel like your GI tract works a little bit better, by the way, with all that roughage, which is great because you go minerally dense. You're going to feel less bloated if you're bloated. You're going to have less of a mental fog. Heck, you might have lost a few pounds. You might have lost a few pounds.
Let's talk about that because, you see, I'm 3/4 of the way through my glass of wine, so, I'm feeling it. So let's talk about that. I've heard so many different stories about what your boo-boo's supposed to look like to prove you're healthy. Now, you're an internist. Boo-boo comes from on the inside. So tell us, what's it supposed to look like? Is it supposed to be firm? Is it supposed to be, not to be gross or anything, but it's supposed to be, what's it supposed to be? What's the right color?
So the color that we recommend, of course we recommend, but really your stool should be coffee color, brown, maybe a little bit lighter brown. It should be soft.
Black coffee or coffee with cream?
Most of us, well, remember, Laura, most of us doctor up our coffee. We pour it, make it black.
I don't.
And then we add that stuff, makes it nice little tan.
So it should be tan.
No, it should be. Yeah, it should not be black. It should be like a brown color. It should be a soft stool.
Okay.
And you shouldn't have to strain to have a bowel movement. You shouldn't be straining at all. You should have probably a medium-sized stool.
Now, what about regularity? What about people? Because I'm like clockwork. Now, as I get older, I'm grateful for that. But what about people? I heard people say, because there's a game when we play Words Against Humanity. When people are here, you start the game by who had the last boo-boo of the day. Or who boo-booed first that day. It's what the directions tell you to ask. So you'd be surprised how many people know. And some people will sit there and say, I didn't even have one today. I ain't had one in 2 days. And I'm like, dang, for real? So talk about that. What is that? Because that's a real thing, right?
Yeah. So I tell my patients you should be having 2 to 3 bowel movements a day. That would be a day, my friend. Think about it when we were babies. What did we do? We ate, we slept, we pooped. Not necessarily that order. We ate, we slept, and we pooped. That's what we did as babies. That is your natural human physiology. So I personally think it's normal to go 2 to 3 times a day. But you're having a bowel movement that could differ from person to person. There can be so many factors at play that might not keep somebody regular. What is important, the more important thing is something that we call, Loren, called the gut microbiome. And that is a living ecosystem of bacteria, viruses, fungi, and other small little organisms that live in our intestinal tracts that really set the foundation for our health and our well-being. How do you improve the gut microbiome? You eat the things that we're talking about. You eat the greens, the reds, the yellows, the whites, the purples, the blues, those kind of diversity rainbow colors that support your body and are minerally dense.
Wow. So a nice, colorful diet, and really, seriously, 2 to 3 times a day?
3 times a day. That's normal human physiology. You got some people that I go once a week.
Dude, if I was going 2 to 3 times a day, I would be afraid something was wrong with me. I had no idea. Wow.
Diarrhea, you're good. Let physiology just go. When biology calls.
Okay. So let's talk about this now. When you said about that's a big thing. I hear it a lot now, and I don't know, should I trust them or is it just another fad thing? When they talk about gut health, and what is it called?
The gut microbiome.
But there's a thing. There's yogurts and
probiotics.
Yeah, that.
Yeah,
Talk about that. How do we know?
So I'll tell you, give you a little bit of a quick background story. So when we think about probiotics, you hear that when everyone else put it out, good bacteria. But I think you got to take a step back first. Think about eating a healthy food, healthy foundation of a predominantly, but not necessarily entirely, but predominantly whole foods, plant-based diet, things that grow out of the ground, minimally processed vegetables, eat your fruits, your nuts, your seeds, your legumes, your whole grains. That supports the diversity of the bacteria, the fungi, the viruses, the little organisms that live in our intestinal tract that gives our well-being. And as a matter of fact, what was shown by the CDC years ago was that, Lauren, do you ever hear something called the Human Genome Project?
Yep.
Do you remember that? Where basically we as a society tried to sequence the entire human genetic code. And not only was that, but after that was done, after we satisfied sequencing the entire human genetic code, we said, all right, well, what else? Hey, we got science. What else can we sequence? So people started saying, let's look at if there's a mutual relationship where there's an interaction of bugs that are in our bodies, these microorganisms, and our body. And so that was, I believe it was back from 2007 and it ended in 2016. It was not the CDC, I lied. It was called the Human Microbiome Project. It was launched in 2007 and ended in 2016. It was done by the U.S. National Institutes of Health, also known as NIH. Okay. And they created an initiative designed to improve the understanding of the microbioflora, these little bugs that live in us, and look at it as it relates to human health and disease. And so the first phase, they said, all right, 2007, we're going to identify and characterize the human gut. And then in the second phase in 2014, because you got to go, this is a long study, you got to go 7 years, it says, all right, now we know this stuff. Let's talk more about and understand more about the microbiome and try to find the roles of the microbiome in health and disease. So that's what it is in a nutshell. When you're talking about the probiotics, these things called prebiotics, these are things, probiotics are microorganisms that are believed to provide health benefits when consumed. Prebiotics are the foods, the non-digestible fiber compounds that pass through our guts and really stimulate and activate and give an advantageous environment for our gut bacteria. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So it's fun. But the best thing is fruits and vegetables. Eat fruits, vegetables.
Right, I love them. That's one thing I can say. Now, what about meats? Well, the free range chicken, no growth hormones. This, that, and the other. Don't eat pork. Don't eat.
So great question. We actually broke that down a little bit today on the show. When it comes to meat, we know that we want to limit meat consumption. I usually tell people what you want to do is you want to limit meat consumption, reduce it as much as you can, or work to eliminate it. We know that meat has been linked to a lot of diseases. What it causes to our arteries is it causes a constriction. You know what plants do? Plants cause a dilation. There was a great documentary, Loren, called The Game Changers, came out maybe about a year or so ago, produced by James Cameron, he of Titanic and Avatar fame, Arnold Schwarzenegger got on the producing, and Jackie Chan. And they did an experiment with 3 men from a college football team, Loren. And what they did was a urologist gave them an experiment, and they said, all right, we're going to measure blood flow to the penis and the number of erections you get based on what you ate.
Oh.
So the first night, Loren, they eat a meat-based meal, like a chicken burrito or something like that.
Okay.
And that night they measure blood flow to the number of erections. The second night, the researcher gives them a black bean burrito, again plant-based, and then they measure erection. Burrito. They give them a black bean burrito the second night, and then they measure erections and then the amount of blood flow to the penis during the second night of sleep. So the third day, they all gather together, and again, these are college football players. And so the researcher sits down with them and says, all right, gentlemen, I'm paraphrasing a bit, open up to page 1 of your folder, and all right, here's what you got after eating a meat-based dinner. And so they see the erections, they also see the blood flow. So then they say, all right, open up to page 2. So they put the page 2, and all of a sudden the guys are like this one, they're like, what? What? And so you saw these just dramatic increases in erections and blood flow to the penis by eating a plant-based meal. So what they did, the researcher goes, all right, gentlemen, now you see what happens when you eat vegetables. What are you going to do tonight when you take your lady out or your significant other out for dinner? Where are you going to take that person? And they all said, we're going to take them to a vegetarian restaurant.
I bet they did. I ain't never eaten meat again.
There you go. It increases the dilation. So what I do in my practice now with my men that have erectile dysfunction, the first thing we do is we cut out as much of the meat as possible.
Wow.
And minimize the intake of fruits and vegetables to get a dilation effect. Now, does it work every time? No, the guy's got really bad.
Great place to start.
It's a great way to start for guys that are younger that want to make sure their erections are great. Eat more plants, without a doubt.
Wow. Goodbye, side yard. Hello, garden. So let me ask you another question about eating that we hear so many different rumors, urban myths, whatever. What is the time that we should stop eating at night?
I get asked that question a lot, Loren. Thanks for asking it. I tell people, because our schedules are so crazy and everything, it's inevitable that we're probably going to eat late. We don't want people to eat a heavy meal when you eat late. Say it's 9 o'clock, you finally got home from work. I don't want somebody eating a heavy meal because they know they're about to shut it down. But can they eat something simple that's still healthy, nutrient dense? Because I want that person to then, when you're sleeping, your body it doesn't need to be super efficient. You don't need all those calories. The last thing you want to do is eat heavy to go to sleep. So I say if you're going to eat late, 9 o'clock, maybe it's 10 o'clock, very simple meal because you're not going to be that hungry. Your body's not going to need it. You go to sleep, you wake up the next morning, you're already in somewhat of a fasting state. And then when you're ready to eat, you'll eat again. But if you ate at 10 p.m., you're probably not going to be hungry at 6 a.m. when you wake up. You're probably not going to be hungry till, 10 o'clock. 10 a.m. So that starts that little intermittent fasting that you hear about a lot, Loren. People say, I'm doing intermittent fasting diets. Well, you kind of are in that kind of thing, though. Human body can go a great amount of time without eating food.
Okay. Last question about this sort of thing. Not fasting, but what's that other? What about what is that thing called? When not fasting, but you. Oh shoot, what's it called? People do it. They're not fasting, but they eat a lot of the same thing, or there's another thing that people do. It's not fasting. What is that called, y'all? That people feel like when they're like they're it's a cleanse, like they're doing a
cleanse. Some detox and all that.
Detox. That's it. Yeah. Those detox.
Yeah. Those detox. So I'll tell you the lowdown. Number one, there's no good data that show that people will benefit from detox. I just haven't seen it. Now, there's tons of studies that are put out all the time. I imagine it'd be kind of hard to design a trial and then publish that trial because it takes a lot of money. So I think it's more of a fad to do these detoxes. But here's the best way to keep your body healthy and detox naturally. And I'll say it again. Eat food, not too much, mostly plants. If you do that, you're going to be pretty darn good. That's a natural, dense way to detox.
Okay. Sounds like great.
And lower your stress.
Right. So the next time we go now, let me just ask you this. How important is it to have a grocery list and stick to it?
Oh my gosh, you hit that on there. We've all been there, Loren, right? You're at the grocery store and you see something that's not on your list. You always seem like you go away from emerge from the grocery store with more things than you went in there for, right?
All the time. How many times have you got the basket and then you got to go back up front and get a cart because the basket too heavy and your arm about to fall off because you got a whole bunch of stuff you didn't plan to get. Wow.
The temptation is real, but it's like our human brains go into this I need to survive. I mean, we have this kind of survival mode that we go into, and then advertisement, whatever, you're there, your eyes are bigger than your stomach, but these chemicals go into our brains. Dopamine, I love that chemical that we make. It's a pleasurability chemical. Why not? It's a powerful thing. It's a reward system. So when you see something in the aisle that you have no business getting it, you get it anyway.
So
you have to be tough. Here's a way to avoid that. Have somebody do the shopping for you. That way you can do it for your own. I mean, there's so many through Whole Foods, Amazon. Amazon will deliver your groceries if you have Amazon Prime.
Right.
So you just put your list
right here.
Oh, yeah. Myers, they'll do that too. Instacart.
Great.
So there's so many different options out there. Yeah, and that way you don't get the temptation unless you add that Snickers bar on that list for that person to shop for. But don't do it.
Now, Mark, is it okay if you're sticking to this and you're being being honest and you're doing your best? How often in a 30-day period is it okay not to cheat, but to treat? Because don't you think the reward system has a big deal to do with it? That sometimes I feel that it's better to go ahead and just give in to the craving and get it out of your system than to deny it and be in denial and then piecemeal it all through the month because you feel cheated. So you stealing. I've saw a lot of people on keto. I see them do that. They go, "Oh no, I can't have that. It's not on my kid. Here, maybe just a little bit." And then if you watch them, if they stay at your house for a weekend, they've eaten 2 or 3 whole meals. By the time the weekend is over, by a little here and a little there, right or wrong.
It's so true, and that's the hard part. Let's take Super Bowl Sunday just a few days ago, for example. How many of us ate chicken wings? I mean, I know I did. I can admit it. I ate some chicken wings. Now, I try to. If that's your cheat day, it was pretty good. But if that's your cheat day, that's your cheat day. You know that, hey, I got that out of my system. That's the exception, not the rule. You're back at it the next day. You integrate yourself back in. and you're back into your groove. But we are imperfect people, so I don't expect any perfect results.
And here's the deal too. When you cheating like you did the other day, you was probably around other people, right?
Yeah.
Now see, do you
Absolutely.
but did you eat the chicken wings like were you trying to be cute? I mean, were you eating
No.
like that and then leaving all that good meat on there, or did you get all up in there? Could you see your reflection in the chicken in the wing bone when you was done? Could
That's
you
a
see all the
shine.
sauce? You got
So
it.
so no, I definitely did not clean it up like crazy. But again, you have those moments. I know. I feel you on that one. You have those moments, and then you move on. But again, you have to have some willpower. Don't think you're gonna come back. Yeah, it's experience. Dopamine, pleasurability.
That's right.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna step into the experience, step completely in it. Dive in, swim all in it, backwards on your side, tread water, do the breaststroke, swim all through that experience so then when you get out of that pool, you can dry off and go back to what you know works.
Absolutely.
To thine own
Absolutely, my friend. There's that opportunity. Just do it. Do it and be done.
There you go. Mark, as we get out of here, we've got about 4 minutes left. Will you please tell everybody where they can catch your wonderful show, To Your Health with Dr. G, where it's at, and what day of the week is it?
Absolutely. So you guys can catch 2 Year Old with Dr. G every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's on Facebook Live. You can find me on my on my Facebook link. It's just type in at To Your Health DRG. You'll see my picture, Dr. Mark Gomez. You can check me on my website, www.drmarkgomez.com. The show's also available on all your favorite audio podcasting apps. iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher, SoundCloud, you name it, we're on it. Just search in with Dr. G, like it, subscribe, and you get the whole category of shows for your audio listening pleasure. You can listen to it while you're folding your clothes.
There you
go.
But
let's get healthy together. Keep this health revolution going. Again, we're all about building trust and delivering truth for you.
That's right. And if you're going to really try to go in there and have those 3 to 4 boo-boos a day, take the podcast with you. I'm just saying. So there's no excuse. Yeah. Anyway, Mark, thank you. Thank your lovely wife, Tiffany. Kisses to the kids. I can't wait. We need to get over to City Grill and have a dinner together one of these weekends.
Oh, my God. There's a double date going on. We're making it happen.
I think so.
I'm going to text you with this.
Yes, and let your people know about our event over
Thank you, Loren. It's been my
15th. Thank you. Have a blessed one. Thank you so much.
I shall. I can do a little shout out.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye.
Have a great one. Listen, you guys, thank you to Dr. Mark Gomez for coming in here tonight and getting us right. Getting us right. That's what he did. And I thank him. I thank all of you for joining us here for Bathrobe Moments After Dark. Listen, join us tomorrow morning. Please, please, and please again. Join us tomorrow morning for another episode of your regular Bathrobe Moments. I cannot wait to see you there. Let me see. What am I doing here? Okay, so here we go. What can I say? Thank you guys so much. And I will see all of you tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Central for another episode of Bathrobe Moments. God bless you. Bye. What the heck? I don't know what this is. What in the world? Screw it. I'm just going here.